Good morning, everyone. This is the Truth of Sports show, where I talk about sports and tell you the truth about what is going on in the sports world. The opinions expressed in this video are entirely of my own. If you do not agree with them, you will soon enough. Let's get into it. So I've mainly, in the history of this channel, in the two videos I've posted, I have focused on college football. We're going to be going to NFL because the playoffs have been announced and I want to talk about them. And I hope you guys will be interested in my thoughts. So in this video, I'm going to predict each playoff game. I'm going to go up to the Super Bowl and predict the Super Bowl. And when I'm inevitably right, I will get a cookie. No, so this is all going off my brain. Really not a lot of stats or analytics. Mainly just what I've seen from watching 18 weeks of NFL football. Now, full transparency, I am a Chicago Bears fan. So that will affect my thoughts on this. But with that being said, I do feel like I am fair and unbiased. Alright. So the first, I'll break down each team and then I'll go game by game, like I did with the college football playoff. So let's talk about the number one team in the AFC, and that's the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos are a very good football team. I mean, obviously, the number one seed. I think Bo Nix is the guy. I thought the Bears should have picked him number one overall. I mean, I really do think he's the guy. He's a sophomore. It's only his second year. So, I mean, it's tough, but I think he'll get over that. All the problems like turnovers and stuff. But that defense for Denver, I mean, that's one of the best defenses in the league. There's like three top defenses, and they're all in the playoff. But that's one, for sure. I mean, that defense gets to the quarterback. They figure out a way. And they're a team that's like the Bears and like the Vikings in 2022, where they figure out ways to win. And I hear people say that won't work in the playoffs. I tend to believe it will, especially when you got to go through Mile High. Mile High is a hard place to play, and a lot of the teams in this year's playoff are not used to cold weather. I mean, you got Jacksonville, you got Houston, you've got the Chargers. I mean, you've got a lot of teams there, and Carolina's not used to that kind of cold. You got a lot of not Carolina, that's me being wrong. But anyway, you got a lot of teams there that aren't used to that cold weather. They just aren't used to it. So if you got to go there with the altitude too, that's going to be tough. To me, the Broncos are a favorite to win the AFC. Even if they're going to have some tough competition. Because the AFC is a lot better than the NFC this year. It's just the case to me. So, the AFC, the 2 seed, is the New England Patriots. New England's a tough case for me. I have not watched a lot of New England games because they haven't played anybody. I mean, the best team they've played is... Well, I don't even know. I mean, the Ravens, maybe. I mean, the Bills. It's the Bills. That's dumb. It's the Bills. But who really cares, right? I mean, it's a division game. Anything can happen in division games, I feel like. I mean, we've seen the Vikings beat the Packers. The Bears lose to the Lions. The Eagles lose to the Commanders all this week. I mean, yeah, some of those teams sat players, but I mean, division games to me are more of a crapshoot than regular games, just because there's rivalries and everything of that nature. But anyway, so that's kind of what with the Patriots, like as a team. Drake May's the guy. He's for real. He's probably the best quarterback in the AFC right now. Like just judging by this year's performance, not going back, but just this year's performance. He can do everything. He can run a little bit. He can toss really well. Then, I mean, they're kind of like Indiana is in college to me, where they just do everything right. They're very well coached. Vrabel will probably win Coach of the Year. Him or Liam Cohen. I mean, they do everything so well Well, I don't see a reason why they should lose. The only thing that I would be worried about if I'm a Patriots fan, which I'm not, but if I was, would be I don't know what we do against these really good teams. Like if we play Denver in the AFC Championship, or if we even play, not necessarily Los Angeles, but if in the net round after that we play Jacksonville or Buffalo even, do we beat those teams in the biggest stage? Now, you do have home field for 2 games if you win those in Gillette. That's going to be good. That's a hard place to play. Another place where it's cold. LA's got to go there. That's going to mess them up. And then especially if Jacksonville's got to go there, it's going to help you out a lot. But that's what I think about the New England Patriots. Now, let's talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is a team that came out of nowhere, like the Patriots, then like the Bears, who I'll mention in a minute. The Jacksonville Jaguars are a great team, and it's built around Trevor Lawrence, who I had almost had in my mind was a bust. There was he's been playing for 4 or 5 years. He had never had this breakout season that we had expected him to have. I at least expected him to be Peyton Manning. I was thinking he's going to sit back in the pocket, he's going to throw, dink, doink, he's going to get them. And that's it. He's going to be very good at that, but I don't know how far he'll go in Jacksonville. But whenever you give Trevor Lawrence a real head coach, he showed what he can do. I mean, that offense is amazing. The defense is good. They can win close games. They can blow teams out. This, to me, is a dangerous team. And as far as momentum, I think they've got the most. They beat Denver in Denver. So and that's another question, does Jacksonville get bothered by road games? If they don't, then they may be the AFC, they may go to the Super Bowl for the first time ever, I think. I mean, that's the kind of team that I think Jacksonville is. They're a team to me that could run the table. Now, they only have one home field game, and that will be against the Bills. And to me, if I'm picking teams who could make the Super Bowl, the Bills are in the top 3 of this conference. So if they beat the Bills, I think they go to the AFC Championship game and possibly win. That's what and again, I'll break down the games later in this video. But that's what I'm thinking right there. Jacksonville's helmet's right there behind me. I mean, I think this is a team that is dangerous and very good. So then the first seed is the Steelers. This and the Panthers, those are the worst teams in the playoffs, by far. I mean, to me, there's no question. You can throw the Chargers and Packers in there, but I think both those teams are incredibly better than these. I mean, the Steelers, I think their biggest strength is Mike Tomlin, maybe, and the home field is going to help too. I mean, Aaron Rodgers could be clutch. He hasn't, from the games I've watched with him, the Lions game, the Browns game, I watched both those back to back, and the Ravens game. He didn't show much clutchness of his own. He can be clutch, and I do believe that, but I don't know, really. I mean, I could be proved wrong. They go on a run. I'm going to say no. That defense is very good, though, like always for the Steelers, so I do think that's going to help them. So let's move on to the teams that don't get home field advantage. The 5th seed, the Houston Texans. All right. So Houston, to me, this is one, like I aforementioned, I said the 3 best defenses when I was referring to the Denver Broncos. This probably is the best defense. I mean, this team, I almost think this team, if you hold the Pittsburgh Steelers, who you probably can, to under, if you can hold them to 10, 20 points, or I'd say 10, 13, 17 points, you win that football game. I mean, because they just pound you. They pound you. And this offense can basically do like Michigan did in college football when they were winning national championships and competing. Where you just beat them to death with your defense. You win the field position battle. You score 12 points worth of field goals. You've won the football game. Because what else are they going to do? And they're going to be able to show that well with the Steelers. They'll go to to the divisional round in my mind. And then that's when the offense is the weakest point. But can C.J. Stroud be that rookie version of himself that was so good? I don't know. I'll talk about more when I do the predictions themselves. But anyway, DeMeco Ryans is the man. I mean, he's cool. He figures stuff out. He figures out ways to win. He's built the best defense in football. DeMeco Ryans is the man. Anyway, the 6th seed is the Buffalo Bills, and I'm really in a rough spot with the Buffalo Bills. I'll tell you, because the Buffalo Bills are a team that feel like they could make the Super Bowl, but it also feels like they got in the first round. Because if we're going off of conventional wisdom in my football media brain, which remember, we're fighting the media on this channel, it seems like they're going to go to Jacksonville, they're going to beat Jacksonville, then they're going to go to New England, they're going to beat New England, or go to New England, or whoever, and beat that team, and then win the... Or they beat Denver, and then they go to New England and beat New England. That's what it seems like to me. Now, will that happen? I don't know. I mean, I really don't. It's tough. Because Josh Allen's Josh Allen. He can win games based on that fact alone. We know about Josh Allen enough already. I'm worried about the defense when it comes playoff time, and this is the worst Bills team we've seen in probably since they've gotten good. Like since Josh Allen had that big breakout and that kind of stuff. And but they don't have the Chiefs. They don't have the Bengals. This is a team that whenever you talk about the Bills, I feel like you talk more about the Chiefs and Bengals than you do the Bills. And that's not great. But if you're the Bills, this feels like the last chance you have. The window may be shut. I hope not, because for the Bills fans' sake, they deserve a championship. But that window could be shut, and this is the last shot to squeeze through that crack. So then, number 7 is the Los Angeles Chargers. The word of the day is injuries. That's what their problem is. They've had so many injuries on both sides of the ball. Justin Herbert's had injuries, but he's good. Justin Herbert's really good, but I don't think he's going to be playoff good. He's not going to be able to win a game in the playoffs. I'm sorry. I think the Chargers are going to be a quick out to New England. I don't see the Chargers holding on. But if anybody can coach through injuries, I think it's Jim Harbaugh. He knows how to put a team together. He knows how to kind of take away from the problems and just shove the ball down their throats and play football. So maybe, I don't know. So let's go to the NFC now. And let's talk about the Seattle Seahawks. This is the 3rd best defense in that. This is in that top 3 I had mentioned. These are the 3 best defenses are Denver, Houston, and the Denver, Houston, and Seattle. Sorry, lost my train of thought. We're not going to edit it out though, because we are live. This is the truth. So anyway, Seattle's a team that I think, as good as their defense is, they're going to live and die by Sam Darnold. And I think once they play these, I feel like he's going to melt in the playoffs. I do. But if we go through the season itself, he's played really good. He's played well. He's got a record for like most seasons with 13 wins or more. He's 2 in a row. He's only one of 5 quarterbacks to do it in the rest are Brett Favre, Drew Brees, Aaron. It's all these big names. But I think that Seattle's going to be a good team, but that defense is going to be heavily relied upon. And I bet if they win a game in the playoffs, it's going to be, it could have a score of 10-3 or 10-7. This is a team that's going to grind it out. And in the NFC, I think the NFC is more, well, just as different than normal, but the NFC feels more offense heavy with the Bears, the Niners, the Rams. All these teams with these great explosive offenses. But But they got the defense to pound it out. So if they can hold you to 13 points, that offense can score 16. I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking there. They're very similar to Houston in my mind. But I trust C.J. Stroud slightly more than I trust Sam Darnold, just because Stroud, I think, has won a playoff game. So let's talk about my team, the Chicago Bears. I love the Chicago Bears. I mean, I'm a hardcore Chicago Bears fan. I got stuff all around here. I don't think there's anything behind me. But like to my side, just Bears stuff all over the place. But here's my thing. The Bears offense is one of the greatest offenses in football. The only time in my life that I could say that. I mean, Caleb Williams seems to be the guy. We got the running game's very good. The running game's incredible. But the thing that's concerning for the Bears is the defense. In the playoffs, you have to have a defense, and the Bears just don't have that right now. And I'd like to say they're going to get together, and I don't think they are, but they haven't. The defense has not played a complete game all year, aside from maybe the Browns game where they held them to 3. But I think that could just be a byproduct of the Browns being very bad. The Chicago Bears football team is going to win games like how they lost in San Francisco. They're going to win these close games. They're going to win by scoring 40 points when you score 30. I mean, and the loss to the Lions last week really hurts me and makes me feel like this Packers team could beat them. But I don't know. Ben Johnson's one of the best coaches in football alongside Liam Cohen and Mike Vrabel. The 3 very good coaches who should be coach of the year. Shanahan shouldn't even be in the conversation. Anyway, let's get on to the 3rd seed, who is the Philadelphia Eagles. So, the Philadelphia Eagles are the Bills of this division, of this conference, where they're the only team, aside from the Niners, and I guess kind of the Rams, but I feel like Niners and Bills are Eagles. They have all of the pieces to make it make sense. Where they returned almost the whole team from the Super Bowl year, and they've been there before. The Bears haven't been there before. The Seahawks haven't been there before. The Panthers obviously haven't been there before, but the Eagles have. But this is also the worst iteration of this team since they made the Super Bowl with the Chiefs. I mean, this team doesn't feel like a Super Bowl champion to me. It feels like they're going to be a one and done. And I don't know if that's the case, but they're going to rely on that defense heavy. And this isn't the best defense in football. So, anyway, let's go on to the 4th seed, the Carolina Panthers. I feel bad for the Carolina Panthers because if you're a Panthers fan watching this video, you're going to want me to give some in-depth analysis like I've tried to give for the other teams I've covered. I can't. I mean, what can they do? Bryce Young's going to have to play out like he was at Bama. He's going to have to move around in the pocket. The Rams team's probably going to have their way with them. I hate it for the Panthers fans, but it just feels like that to me. So then let's move on to the Rams. This is the best offense in all of football. I mean, I think the top 3 offenses are Bears, Rams, and like some iteration of the 49ers or Denver or Jacksonville. It'd be Jacksonville. But at the same time, can this team win? I mean, or are they in their own minds too much? Are they this? Are they that? Matt Stafford could be MVP, but he's going to lose it. Is that going to be in his mind? Is Matt Stafford too old to perform in these cold weather situations in the playoffs where they're going to have to go? Charlotte's cold. Chicago's cold. Philadelphia's cold. And Seattle's cold. Can he do that in that situation? Seattle's probably going to be raining too. That's going to be a bad situation. So, it's good. To me, that's what I would be worried about as a Rams fan. But Sean McVay is the best coach in all of football. He's up there, I'd say top 5 for sure. He's great. He's very good. He knows how to scheme a team to win, and that's what you got to do in these playoffs. So, they'll get to the divisional round. What they do passing, I don't know. So, let's talk about the San Francisco 49ers. this is a great offense, but they can't win. They can't win in the mud games. And in my mind, an in the mud game is when two defenses are just slugging it. Just bam, bam, giving body shots. And you got to stay in it. You got to use that stamina. Can they win those games? I don't think so. They can win shootouts. If you score 40 points, they'll score 45, like what they did to the Bears. But I don't know if they can, if Brock Purdy's having an off day, or the defense is locking him down, like what happened with Seattle this weekend. Can they win games? And I'm going to say no. They haven't proved it. So we'll see what they do come playoff time. The injuries, along with like the Chargers, are killing them. So, I don't know. But let's go to the 7th seed. That is the Green Bay Packers. So, as a Bears fan, I hate Green Bay. I'm going to go ahead and tell you up front, I hate Green Bay. I don't like Green Bay. I've never liked Green Bay. I will never like Green Bay. But here's what I got to say about Green Bay. Green Bay is a team to me that I feel like they could run the table, right? I mean, they could. This is a team that is modeled after the 2010 Packers team, it feels like in my mind, who won the Super Bowl. But here's what the defense has been atrocious since Micah Parsons got injured. And there could be some, if Jordan Love's not fully ready to go and he goes out again, they have proven that it's hard to win games without Jordan Love. Even though Malik Willis is almost better than Jordan Love. I mean, he's very good. Like, for them. He wasn't good in Tennessee. But they're a team who could make things happen, could put a run together. Matt LaFleur's a good coach. You know, I hate it. I mean, he's a good coach. So, I mean, we'll see. Right, we'll see. So, let's talk about the picks themselves. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go AFC. I'm going to give you all the way to AFC champion. And then I'm going to give you the NFC champion. Then I'll pick my Super Bowl winner. And when I'm right, you're going to comment on this video. You're going to go, oh, you're the smartest guy alive. No. You're going to say, oh, you're dumb. You missed one. Oh, yeah, okay. So, let's get into it. We got New England and the Los Angeles Chargers. New England, to me, is going to play very well in this game. This is the game where they get to show that we're just going to run it out. We're going to beat you. We're going to make you pay. We're going to make you eat it. We're going to take you out. So that's what New England's going to dominate. I feel like I'm not going to give score predictions, but New England's going to run them out of the building. So then let's talk about the 3 seed Jacksonville versus 6 seed Buffalo Bills. This to me is the hardest game, aside from the Bears-Packers game, to predict in the playoffs. For this round, because who wins? It's the Jacksonville has such a good team. They're well coached. Trevor Lawrence playing out of his mind. But does Josh Allen have enough in the tank to upset him? I'm going to say yeah. Like, I like Jacksonville. I like Buffalo. I like them both. But to me, Jacksonville's so new. They don't have the experience. They haven't been there before. I think the spotlight might be just a tad too big for them. And Buffalo's going to beat them. It's going to be a good game. I'm going to say high scoring. But I think Josh Allen's going to rush for 2 touchdowns, throw for 3. I think it's going to be an MVP-like game for him. And this is going to be the start of a run, I'm going to say. So then now we got the 4th seed Pittsburgh Steelers versus the 5 seed Houston Texans. The game's gonna end in a score of 17-3 or 17-6. Houston's gonna just beat them to death. Aaron Rodgers is probably gonna retire after this game, and that's what I think about that. The Steelers' key to winning is just Aaron Rodgers playing like prime Green Bay Aaron Rodgers. Can he do that? I don't know. So now we have the 1 seed Denver Broncos against the 6 seed Buffalo Bills. Denver's biggest weakness all season has been turnovers and turning the ball over, but their biggest strength has been defense. Now, can they beat the Buffalo Bills, who are going to come in? They're going to come in red hot after the upsetting the Jags. I'm going to say no. I think Josh Allen puts another MVP performance up. He's gonna play lights out. He's gonna be throwing the ball deep. He's gonna be running around in the pocket. I think they beat the Denver Broncos. And then the Denver Broncos, they're a team who's young. They're like the Jaguars. They're gonna be able to bounce back from this. But the score for this one, I'm not doing score predictions, but I think it's gonna be like, I'm going to say the winning score will be like 28. Like, it's not going to be as high scoring as I believe the Jacksonville game will be, but that's what I think. Buffalo's going to move on to the AFC Championship game, and they'll play either New England or Houston. Houston's going to fight, and they're going to give them body blows. They're going to take it to the mud. They're going to fight. I think Drake May will be able to I think Drake May's going to look human for 3 quarters. But then when the game's 6-3 in the first, Drake May's going to turn it on, lead a game-winning drive. It's going to be 10-3, 10-7, 10-6, whatever low score you want to say. Drake May's going to be able to show why he's MVP, why he's the guy. And we're going to move on to Drake May versus Josh Allen. The third time, I think they split. This is when Buffalo's experience is going to shine the most. Drake May's under the lights. He just won 2 games. He's going to he's going to look the worst he's looked all season. And Josh Allen's going to look probably the best he's looked all season. If there's a game you're more ready for, it's a division game in the playoffs. And the Bills it's not going to be a runaway. But I think the Bills win this game. And they're going to move on to the Super Bowl, where they're going to play the NFC champion, who I will tell you right now. So, the Bears versus the Packers. You know my biases. I've said them many a times in this video. The Bears are going to beat the Packers. I hope. I believe. I mean, this is a tough one. I think it's going to be all about Bears offense. And if they can outscore the offense of Green Bay. It's going to be 2 offenses duking it out. I don't think this will be a defensive slugfest like the second of these 2 games. And the Bears are going to have to play a complete game where they haven't really done that all season. I think they can here. I think they're going to beat them in Soldier Field. It's tough. The momentum, both teams are going in with negative momentum. I mean, but I do think Chicago grinds one out. So then, the 3 seed will be the Eagles versus the Niners. This could be a hot take. I don't know. It's been where you stand on it. I think the Niners win this game. I really do. I think they're going to put together a heck of an offensive performance where the Eagles are just going to... I think it's not going to be particularly close. I think Nick Sirianni's going to look very bad, and you're going to hear grumblings of firing him. When they've played these good teams, they haven't looked great. I mean, the Bills game, whatever. That game got dragged into the mud so fast. This one won't. I think the 49ers will be able to keep them high, be able to keep the passes flowing. It will look like the Bears game, but I don't think the Eagles have the offense to compete like the Bears do. The defense is better, but the offense is much worse. So I would say 49ers win this one. It's going to be one of the biggest surprises and biggest blowouts of the playoff. So now Carolina, LA. LA is going to blow them out too. We're going to have back-to-back blowouts with these 2. It's not going to be a particularly fun game. It's going to be the game. I mean, it's going to be something you turn on, you eat, and you're like, this is on. I mean, whatever. So then we got the Seattle Seahawks versus the San Francisco 49ers. So this is a rematch of last weekend where the Seahawks drugged into the mud. They beat 49ers pretty bad. And I'm going to say they do it again. I mean, because Seattle, the only way they're going to lose in this playoffs is if you make Sam Darnold have to play hero. He's going to have to play Superman. And I don't think he can adequately play Superman. So if you can force him to do that, then sure. But I don't think the 49ers defense can. So that's why I'm out on that one. So then the Chicago Bears versus the LA Rams. I think the magic for Chicago runs out on this one. I do think the Rams win this. I think they have the. I don't even know. I don't think. I'm going to say Rams probably go up. Bears have like a stage of late fourth quarter comeback, and the Rams win anyway. That kind of like been happening 2 weeks in a row for Chicago. But, I mean, the Rams are just too good, and the Bears have too many weaknesses, especially on that defense. That's what I got to say for that. And then we got Rams Seahawks, rematch of that awesome Thursday night football game from earlier this season. This one has a different result. The Rams are going to the Super Bowl. The thing is, going into this, I really didn't know who my Super Bowl pick was, but I do think the Rams. I mean, because they match up so well against every team they play, where the Bears can't stop anybody, and the Rams are going to score 50 points. The Panthers can't do anything. And then the Seahawks, when he's going to have to play hero ball in the playoffs, Sam Darnold, I don't think he's going to be able to do it. It's going to be a tough one. And maybe he can. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong and the Bears are here. But I mean, if he has to play hero ball, I don't think he'll be able to win. The Rams will force him to play hero ball. And we're going to end with the Rams versus the Bills. Do the Bills break the curse? Do the Rams win another one in like 4 years? I'm going to say it's a tough. So, I think the Rams defense is going to struggle with Josh Allen. Because what we have built in my mind, right? Josh Allen's going to be incredibly hot because they've upset what? The 1, 2, and 3 seed? Yeah. In my predictions, right? They upset the 3 seed first Jacksonville, 1 seed Bo Nix and Broncos, and they've upset the 2 seed Drake May and Patriots. They're gonna be riding high, they're gonna be flying hot. And I think the Rams are gonna struggle. Because the Bills are gonna be so hot, so going hard. But here's the thing. I think it's gonna be a close game. I don't see the Bills having the Super Bowl team this year. I think the Rams are going to... Matthew Stafford's going to have a good game. Josh Allen's going to play his heart out. But I think it's going to be all for naught. He's going to throw a pick in the end. They're going to be so close to the championship. They're going to lose. That's what I think is going to happen. I could be wrong. But in that scenario, the LA Rams are my Super Bowl pick. Are my Super Bowl champions. And the LA Rams, right there. You can't see it because of this light. Oh, there it is. It's right behind me. Right there. See it? See it? See it? The LA Rams are your Super Bowl champions. I do think that's the case. Who am I to say, though? I could be completely wrong. And the Carolina Panthers could be hosting that trophy at the end of the season. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear you. I know we haven't got much traction on these last 2 videos. Hoping the NFL stuff gets me somewhere. I try so hard to make watchable content for you guys. Hope you enjoy it. This is the Truth of College Sports. Remember to like and subscribe if you did like it. And if you didn't, please don't hurt my feelings. See ya.